Hello everyone, it's Gigo here and welcome back to another motivational video of building a house here in Ghana. And in today's video, we begin with a new project, which is an apartment. And we have one of our brothers behind this project, which is the Lynette Homes, right? So it used to be GK Homes, right? But now they've changed the name to Lynette Homes. I mean, we've featured most of their projects here on my channel. If you go to my playlist, you look for Lynette Homes, you see, some of the structures that they've put up, which we'll be seeing later in today's video. So just stay tuned, just so that you get an idea of, what to expect with this particular project, right? So let's get back into today's video. I mean, the spec of this project. It is an apartment, right? And the location is Pram Pram, right? We are just opposite the Porter City, right? So I might name this project, the Porter City project, but we are still looking for names, right, to give this particular project. It is a 6-unit apartment, 2 bedrooms in each. So it's 6-unit, 2 bedroom apartment. That's what we'll be putting up here. The plot size is about 2 plots, but it is not your standard 70 by 100 plot. I mean, the owner bought this land long time ago, so I believe that it measured 100 by 100. So the owner can put about two of the structures, which you see in a 3D, can put two or even three, right? And still has a car park at the front. It is all about planning, right? As I always share here, that's why it is important that before you even start with your project, the architect needs to go to the land, come up with a nice design drawing that can help you. If you see where the sand is, right, and you see where the structure is, you can park a lot of cars. And that's one thing which is very important if you are putting up apartment in Ghana. You need a place to park your cars. You need a drying place where people can dry their things, wash their things, where to put your poly tank. All of these things are very important in your architectural drawing, right? And after you have your architectural drawing, the next phase is for you to get your estimate. How much is it going to cost you to build? That is also very important, that the quantity surveyor goes to the site to kind of look at the ground. I mean, you can see where we are building now. Can you imagine that, someone just give us his drawing, that we should give him a cost estimate? One, we will assume that the land is flat. Two, we will assume that it is a normal ground. But here you can see with the digging, it is a clay, right? It is a clay. So if we've already charged you, give you an estimate for a normal ground, which is sand, and now we show up and it is clay, and just look, how long is it going to take us to finish with this digging, right, of the trenches? I mean, how long is it going to take us? So in this case, we have to switch from manpower and get an excavator that can come, because it's going to take you a long time and it might cost the owner if we should use manpower for this excavation. I mean, we can use manpower, but looking at the time and also, the labor for this. I mean, you can start digging good in first 2-3 days, but after 1 week, the guys will be weak. They can't come to work, and this is when you start to have problem with laborers, because they are exhausted, they are tired, they cannot show up, and this will delay your foundation. And if you are not lucky and you are building during the raining season, then sorry for you, because when it rained, for you to get the water out of this, I mean, it is a clay land, right? So it is very important that for us to even get you your estimates. That's why we always tell our clients, when we are giving them the estimate, it is based on a flat land and normal sand, right? But when we show up on a land and it is clay, or it is a mountainous, it has a slope, the estimate for the foundation will change, right? It will change. I mean, look, after digging, the more deep we get, the more difficult it becomes, right? So far, this is where we are. Man, it is not easy for the guys out there. So please, sometimes this is why we cannot just quote any estimate for you. You can have the same design, the same structure, but the cost of the foundation will not be the same for someone building in Pram Pram and someone building in Ebri or someone building in Cape Coast. It's going to be different. It can be the same Pram Pram, but maybe where the person is building doesn't have this clay, right? Doesn't have this clay because the whole ground is clay. It's clay, right? So this is just a tip. I mean, we've shared this here on our channel, but I mean, this is a perfect example, right? That's why I am taking the time to explain, right? So let's go and see, I mean, some of the projects that Linect has put up and for sale, right? So if you're interested in what you'll be seeing, just link up.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Too many things going on, I can't keep track of them all. From people dropping a bomb to people putting up walls. I feel like life is on hold, perception stuck in a vault. I know that time can heal all, but how much time till we fall? It's awfully chilly outside, when there's no shelter to hide. When everything is a lie, you'll find that out in some time. But when the things on your mind are all considered a crime, communication aside, we'll all just fight till we die. Is this an argument, or just the start of it? Either way, I don't wanna be a part of it. Can I just get some space? I don't have the heart for this. I can't be picking up the pieces, fixing scars from this. Is this an argument, or just the start of it? I wanna drive away so I can be so far from it. I wanna find a place where no one breaks their promises. Or maybe drown myself in something that is bottomless. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. I know that things seem bad, but they could be much worse. There's always someone else who has a greater curse, a greater thirst, a hunger, pain, and mercy. Just find whatever you got and try to be thankful first. I wanna feel again, I need a couple friends. I never really understood just how the story ends, but I can feel it's tense, don't know the consequence. The volatility of life, my only confidence. Is this an argument, or just the start of it? Either way, I don't wanna be a part of it. Can I just get some space? I don't have the heart for this. I can't be picking up the pieces, fixing scars from this. Is this an argument, or just the start of it? I wanna drive away so I can be so far from it. I wanna find a place where no one breaks their promises. Or maybe drown myself in something that is bottomless. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all.
I mean, these are some of the finishes that you can expect from Linect Homes. I mean, like I said, this house is going for sale. If you contact the numbers, the details on the screen, you get in touch with Jude. Jude is an awesome developer, and you can see it for yourself, right? The work is right in front of you. If you want to see what really went on with this particular project, like I said, once again, it is in my playlist. The Linux homes, how it started from foundation, block by block, plastering, how the doors were fixed, windows. Uh, my group work here, right? We're talking about this guy, may his soul rest in perfect peace. Bruno, Bruno did the windows, the balustrade you are seeing is Bruno's work, the windows. The finishes is awesome, right? So if you're interested in this particular project, there's two more to go. So just get in touch with Jude. The area is a very fast developing place, right? It's very fast developing. So get in touch with Jude and you can get one for yourself. You can use this for Airbnb, right? If maybe you don't want to go stay in Ghana. It is not all of us that can actually build. Some of us, we cannot go through the pressure, right? The tension, dealing with artisans and all of that. It is too much. So if you have good developers like this, who can just put it up for you. Like I said, you go to my playlist, you see the work being done, the materials you use. We are not hiding anything from you. We featured this project on my channel as any other project that you've seen in my playlist. Everything is there plain, right? So you see what you are actually buying. Or maybe, you have your own land and you want him to come and develop for you, with his own design, and his team to do the work for you. He's also available with construction. That is what he's doing here, right? At Pam Pam, putting up this apartment for this client, right? So, this is just to give you an idea what to expect, right? So you will see with this project also how it will show up. So back to today's video. So as we saw earlier on, we couldn't use manpower to dig the trenches, so we rented an excavator and has done the job perfectly for us, enough space for us to walk around and work. So as you can see, we are installing the pillars, right, and also the footings, but you can also see that we are introducing the damp-proof membrane for the concrete floor, right, which we'll be casting later. And also, as you saw, we have to pour normal sand into the trenches to fill the trenches. We don't have to use the clay to fill the trenches, so we have to use normal sand, right? All of this will not come in your cost estimate if we haven't seen the ground, right? So when we get to the field, that is where you will see that things have to change, right? And some of these things, I know it can bring confusion, between a contractor and then maybe the owners, the client, because they'll say that, hey, you charge me for this and now you are asking for more. These are some of the things that can change and cause misunderstanding. That is why we always say that we have to go and see the ground before we give you cost estimate, because just the clay has changed everything now. Normally we're supposed to just dig manpower, pour in the concrete and just go, but now we have to buy extra sand. This is just by the way. So please, when we get our estimate and we don't understand anything, let's ask questions, right? Let's see proof. And I think that will be the best way to solve some of these things, right? So fast forward, you can see that, we've finished with the concrete casting, block work is going on, and you see how deep the foundation is now, right? Because of the clay, we have to go deeper, which is going to cost the client more, right? Once again, your architect needs to go see the ground before he designs. Your quantity surveyor also needs to go see the ground before he comes up with the estimate. That's the takeaway from today's video. So, we will continue with this project in my next episode. Thanks for staying with me till this far. I really do appreciate your time spent here on the channel. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in my next episode. Let's get to it.